What's up? Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great start to your week so far. Little sea of red out there to begin the week. Not too worried about that. Just going to be patient, let things kind of play out like I've been talking about. I think this week's really going to pick up as we get going here. But there's an argument that I see time and time again that I want to talk about because I don't think it has much bearing and people really need to understand this. So this user said that there's too much competition and better projects out there. ADA is not a good investment. And frankly, this is just a lazy argument across the board. First of all, better projects out there. I'd like someone to name one about who has better tech or who's getting approached by businesses to actually build with Cardano. Who is getting approached by governments to utilize their infrastructure? It's not really much for answers in the space. I'm not talking about partners in namesake, guys. Anybody can do that. Pay to have a partner that's a big name, right? When we talk about actual use, when we talk about businesses wanting to get on chain and actually utilize the blockchain and the product itself, it's Cardano. Cardano is the one that's getting tapped for these much bigger worldwide use cases right now, before we're getting into the actual times of adoption in this market cycle. And I think people seem to forget that. Just because it's not being reflected in price doesn't mean it's not a big deal, all right? That's not what it means at all. So this competition argument, right? There's plenty of competition in the space. There's always been competition in the space, and there's always more that comes, cycle after cycle after cycle. And that's a good thing, right? Because it means your tech has to be up to par. It means you have to have a good, sound, functioning product. And Cardano has always had a good, sound, functioning product that only continues to get better, gets more efficient, gets faster. We just had a big demonstration for Hydra, and guess what? It's knocking socks out of the competition right now. The ability to do what Hydra can do. I just saw a new update for it. 7,000 transactions per second from one Hydra head. That is way beyond even expectations. Expectations were 1,000 TPS for the people that don't remember. 1,000 TPS per head. So Cardano is set up for this big level of adoption and this big level of throughput that frankly other chains can't even come close to handling. All right. So here's the thing. The ADA not being a good investment thing, I think, is one of the laziest arguments out there. For example, people will reference like a singular part of this cycle, like this correction that we've been on here and say, oh, yeah, other ones have done better and blah, blah, blah. And people seem to forget what happened during the actual good part of this market cycle. So I do have the prior market cycle charted out on here, which I want to talk about in just a second here. But when I look at what happened basically from October through the start of March, ADA ran from basically an $8 billion market cap to a $28 billion market cap. All right. So it gained $20 billion in market cap, which is probably somewhere between $2 to $4 billion worth of inflows. That is one of the highest inflows in all of crypto, guys. I want you to really think about this. As far as liquidity goes, as far as capital entering the market and flowing to different locations, ADA was one of the highest coins in terms of inflows. Retail loves ADA. Right now, retail ain't happy. Retail ain't excited, right? We've gone on this 5-month correction across the crypto market. And frankly, people have been fearful to put their money into products. Right now, we've seen a lot of capital, again, just kind of matriculating around the space. That's why, again, when you look at the overall market cap of crypto, which I should have had pulled up here, I never know where these videos are going to take me, guys, by the way. I just kind of get into it and go and see what happens. But when we look at what the overall market cap of crypto has been doing here, it's been on a 5-month decline. Capital around the space is lessening and lessening and lessening. People are playing things very close to the vest right now. So ADA is not the choice for people that are here currently. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. That's not really that big of a deal because the people outside the space coming in, those are the ones that help us reach new levels, that help us reach higher highs. All right. Now, the reason why I have the prior market cycle charted out on here is this is a good gauge of where we should be headed to next. All right. Now, this is not a guarantee. This is not financial advice. But if you look at the structure of last cycle and even into this cycle now for ADA, you can see we're following a very similar trend, right? Height of the bull market cycle, coming down, correcting, dips, bear market cycles, early part of the bull. See that happening right here as well. Had the COVID crash, so kind of makes this look a little wonky, which is the reason why things in this range look a little goofy. But you can see from even a time standpoint, we're about gearing up into that point where the market starts going berserk, where ADA, frankly, should gain some pretty heavy dominance during that time. All right. Now, again, this is not a guarantee. This is not financial advice, but ADA's got a lot of things going for it right now. Cardano has a lot of things going for it right now. And if the trend early on this market cycle for new retail capital was high ADA inflows, do we not think that's going to be the case as we get into alt season, as we get into times where retail optics and retail inflows are higher, where DeFi usage is higher, where more people are building with blockchain? These are the times where, frankly, ADA typically thrives. All right. We saw it last market cycle. We saw it in the cycle prior, even though it was a very small amount. ADA performs its best when retail sentiment is high. Retail sentiment has been low. So gauging these last 5 months based on, the market performance, or gauging these last 5 months as a reason why ADA is not going to perform well, I think is just lazy. It makes no sense. And frankly, we'll have a much better idea of where ADA is at and going to be headed to in the coming months here. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.